Come on, dude. Just leave it alone. It's summer league.
Ready whenever you're ready, bro. Let me know you're ready. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right, ready, set. All right, mic check, mic check. More Than Masters podcast. Yours made of course. Got a special guest. As you can see, we got the Coach Nobles. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Appreciate y'all having me out.
Oh, nah, you the legend. We appreciate your time.
Legend.
We gonna do. You are. We're gonna do this a little different than normal. David wants to start something off. He wants to read some things to you. Speak to the microphone, David. I know you have a hard
Yes,
time
this is
doing that
David
sometimes.
Beard, guest speaker over here at More Than the Masters. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good.
So usually when we think about you and the other GOATs that I like to call them, we think about maybe sports, but when I posted your picture, I started seeing like a lot of shares and comments that really kind of made me be like, man, like it's really more than basketball with you. And I just wanted to go down some of these just to let you know, which I know you probably saw them, but at the same time, I still want to personally give you your flowers. So first one, we got Chuck Graham, one of the best coaches in the game, regardless of level, but an even better man. He consistently puts others before himself, is willing to help, and has a positive impact on everyone he meets. Any parent would be fortunate to have their child play for a coach like him. Thanks, Coach Nobles. I appreciate you. We got Edward Lowry. I'm not going to read them all. I know you don't want to hear all this, but I look at stuff like that, and I'm like, man, like you really like touch people. So Edward Lowry said, we thank God for Steve Nobles. He and I worked and coached together at East Augusta Middle School back in the early 90s. CJ Mosley, Coach always had my back even to this day. Definitely helped shape me into the person I am today for sure. Nothing but love and respect. Debbie Davis, Coach Nobles, East Augusta Middle School physical education. He was dedicated to the young man then, so I can only imagine the time he spends now with the young man. Somebody calls you the Nick Saban of basketball.
Boy, that's stretching it right there, buddy.
Mario Swint, can honestly say even when I didn't believe in myself, he still came through and did everything he could do to get me playing and on the right track. Tommy Nobles, yes, sir. Coach Nobles definitely wouldn't be who I am today had you not saw something in me. Best coach ever, no lie. And I'll wrap it up with this one. I don't want to take all the time, but Naquan Merriweather, coming up in Delta Manor, a.k.a. the bottom, going to East Augusta Middle School, this was the greatest coach to ever come across our school. He was the father figure that some of us didn't have. I'm forever grateful to say that this was my coach, a father and a mentor. Much love and respect to the GOAT that gave me a chance as a point guard, and coach would shoot your eyes out with the lefty. So I don't want to read them all, but I just, like, that kind of touched me, like, reading those. Like, I didn't know it was going to turn into that, but, again, it's just, like, with you, it's more than basketball, so I just wanted to read a couple of those to you.
Well, I'm trying to make me cry is what you're trying to do. That's Naquan. We're still in touch. That's PJ's uncle or cousin or something. When I saw PJ play first time, I said, that dude plays like Naquan. And then I saw Naquan come to a game. And what you doing here? Came to see my little nephew play. And I knew it right then.
That's dope. So how we doing here? I kind of want to get your story, but it's going to be more centered around, coaching and how your journey here. But I don't know, so I don't know if David knows, but I think I want people to know just about, your background, where you come from. So, like, were you born in Georgia? You from Georgia, South Carolina?
I was born in Alabama.
Oh, wow.
I only stayed there for 2 weeks. So lived in Alabama 2 weeks. My dad was coaching at McEachern High School when it was a small little country school, teaching PE and coaching football, track. And we actually lived on the campus. They had a house that we lived on for a short spell. And then, of course, we got our own house eventually. Stayed there 5 years, and he went to a little town called Buchanan, Georgia, as a head football coach, head track coach. He won the state in the track that year and ended up going to Georgia Southern to get his master's degree the next year. And after that, was offered a principal job in Ridge Spring, South Carolina. and was
Okay.
there for I don't know how long, but ended up going to USC Aiken and living in Aiken for a while, and then Lee Beard hired me at East Augusta in October of 1989.
Well, I do want to ask that. So just about you, like, what was that like for you, like being a coach's son?
Well, my dad and mom, we had a stable environment. He was a coach when I was a little boy, and then he was a principal for the rest of the time. So I understood the administrative part. Understood that a lot of people weren't always happy with him because he had to make decisions
Yeah.
that went against what they wanted to happen. But he was always fair and the most honest, moral man that I've ever been around, ever known.
Okay. Just as a young person, like, what sport did you gravitate to more? Was it basketball, football, track?
In Ridge Spring, we played everything. We football, baseball, basketball, kind of went with the seasons. But I had a basketball goal in my backyard that my friends, once I got in middle school, we'd play a lot in our yard. And I know our neighbors got tired of me bouncing that ball until dark all year round.
If you can, because it's like the second person I've interviewed. Can you describe how Ridge Spring is? Like, what he started laughing. Just describe it for me.
Describe it. Small, rural farm town. Peaches during peach season, soybeans, cotton. I actually worked in a peach packing shed growing up, loading boxes. of
What was
peaches.
that? What was it like? Because you went to Ridge Spring High School too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but it's only one school. It's it, right? It's just that one school
Right.
out there. Wow. What you did there? You played basketball there? You played?
Played all through football, baseball, and basketball.
Well, what was your career like there? Was you nice? Was you?
I mean, I was all right. I wasn't the best player that I played with in high school was named Ricky Howard. And he ended up going to USC Aiken. He didn't finish at USC Aiken. He ended up going to the military. But at that time, he was the best player I'd ever played with until I played with Tim Gaffney at USC Aiken. And I remember one night you hear, what's his name, Mad Max talking about he get tired of looking at the bottom of Jordan shoes.
Yeah.
There was one night in the gym, a ball bounced up, and I promise you, I was looking at the bottom of Ricky Howard's shoes when he jumped up and got it. And I was just like, and until I played with Tim, I'd never played with anybody that was that good and jumped that high.
So, just for your career wise, 'cause I want to make sure I got everything straight too. You played sports. You lived out there in Ridge Spring, and then from there, did you go college? You played sports at the collegiate level. Or?
I had the longest college career ever as
You
a
sure?
student.
I think Zep might have an answer for that. I don't know.
No, I walked on when I was 24 years old, and I was in summer school at USC Aiken, and had a lot of downtime. And the players the players that were there then started playing, and I just happened to be around, and they let me play with them. And Mitch Anderson, one of the guys that started on the team, said, "You need to play with us. You need to come out." And I said, "Man, I can't play college basketball." And he said, "You play with us every day, so yeah, you can." And then one of their assistant coaches, Spanky Madison, had played there previously, saw me play, and he said, "Yeah, you do." Next thing I know, I'm in Glenn DeHart's office, and he's ordering me shoes. So it kind of went from there.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, how you like playing college ball? Like, how was it for you?
I was kind of like, you know how Chris Jones plays? I was that dude at college. I had to play hard. Chris shoots better than I do, but I played hard, and I had Tim Gaffney on one side and a guy named William Hammond on the other. So all I had to do was distribute. And then I ended up starting as a walk-on, and for a minute led it was back then District 6 NAIA in three-point shooting after the first game. I remember Coach DeHart calling us together and said, doggone walk-on leading the district in three-point shooting. But that didn't last long. But it is what it is.
Nah, that's cool. What was the vibe like when you was starting as a walk-on though? Like the team, people that wasn't walk-on, did they care about it? Were they upset?
I really didn't care. I did not care. I mean, one of the guys was trying to make deals with me in practice, in drills. Hey, if you don't go hard, I won't go hard. That wasn't happening. My goal wasn't to go in and start. My goal, I was just happy to be on the team.
Yeah.
Thought I was blessed that a college, even though it was a small NAIA back then, Division II, me coming from Ridge Spring and not the best player on my high school team, and 24 years old, because I was not a student athlete, that was stretching it with me. I had a rough, because I was just not a good student, didn't like school, but finally figured, okay, I got to do something.
Yeah.
And got back in school, and that was really, I think that was, God put me with Coach DeHart, Glenn DeHart. We're still matter of fact, he texted me the other day, and a guy named John Hammett was from the hometown where I was born, or where my dad graduated college at Jacksonville State, and my mom went to Jacksonville State from Jacksonville, Alabama. And he happened to be a professor at USC Aiken and the head of the wellness program there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think God put me there, and he helped get me on the right track in the physical education field and exercise science. And Glenn DeHart was like a dad to me.
Speaking of that, you said that you weren't really a good student. Like, how that possible when your dad's a principal? Like he didn't say nothing to you?
Of course he did, but he always said, you got to make your own way. I knew I wasn't a dumb guy. I just did not like history, and my mom was a history teacher. My mom was a teacher. He's a principal.
All right, hold up. So your mom a history teacher, your dad a principal.
Yep.
You're like, look, I'm just not a good student.
I loved PE. I loved, and people always told me growing up, you're going to be a teacher. I'm not going to be a teacher. So I went to Winthrop. It's embarrassing. I went to Winthrop my freshman year after I graduated high school in 1980. Went to Winthrop and went up there and was undeclared major. So they put me in a computer science class. I'd never seen a computer in my life. We had typing. We used to have typing class. I had a history class with a man that wore some funny shoes and looked like, I'm not going to, let me be quiet. They were feminine shoes. And it was history, computer science,
Welcome to the Morning Masters
economics, which is probably the hardest thing I'd ever had in my life. And I forgot the fourth class, English or something. I played a lot of basketball, had 3 meals a day, and went to the weight room, mostly played basketball, and made it to class every once in a while, and had a 0 grade point average.
I'm not laughing at you.
I'm laughing. It's funny, but not funny. It's sad because it took me that long to grow. It really, when I got 24 and started playing, that's kind of when Dr. Hammett came aboard.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of helped me along the way. Coach DeHart allowed me on the team. A guy named Hoover Johnson, who's we go to all kind of games together now. He was a coach on that staff, and ended up coaching at USC Aiken after I finished playing, and 1 year with the men, and then Hoover's wife, Gail Moody at the time, when I didn't go back with the men, pulled me over to the women's side. And I coached there for a year and then ended up at East Augusta the next year.
Okay. And when you said Winthrop, are you talking about in Carolina?
Yeah, Winthrop University.
Okay.
It was Winthrop College back then.
Got you.
That's where Reggie went.
Reggie went.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it from Reggie Middleton.
Yeah.
Okay. It's funny how a lot of history be like everybody be going to the same places sometimes. That's cool. All right. And so, I'm gonna start with how you got to Augusta. So you said East Augusta. That's where you started. I never knew that. I learned this. I was today years old when I knew you coached at or you taught at East Augusta. How'd you get that job? How you landed that job?
God. What my roommate in college played basketball at USC Aiken with me from Ohio. Had a relationship. Bruce Whelan had been an assistant coach at USC Aiken. His wife was a teacher at East Augusta Middle School, and she told him about a PE position. He was not. His degree wouldn't work, so he told me about it. Hey, go interview, or the guy's name is Lee Beard, so I went and talked with Lee Beard. He sent me down to the board and to make sure everything I could be hired. So then I went back and had a little interview, and I didn't get the job at first. My dad was a principal in Florida at that time, and God kind of took us through that because I was just up here with nothing after I had just graduated college, kind of looking for a job. Applied at Silver Bluff as the ISS teacher. Didn't get it, and I had told my friend Hoover Johnson, who coached me at USC Aiken, he wasn't coaching there anymore. I told him about it. He got the position. But my dad had a long-term sub. One of his teachers in Florida had a open heart surgery or something, and he said, "Come do this. It'll be about 6 to 8 weeks." So I went down there. While I was down there, his mom passed away. So I kind of feel like God took me down there. My mom had died the year before. And he had been down there by himself for a year. And then while I was there, my grandmother died, his mom. So we went to the funeral, got back, I was in class. My dad came to my classroom and said, "Lee Beard called. You need to go call him right now." And because he knew it was at East Augusta Middle School. That's how it happened. I got the job in October, so God delayed that and was called back after the guy before me previously, the one that he hired was a former military guy, and I, probably interviewed well.
Yeah.
And he just didn't pan out, and I got there in October of '89.
And you look back since.
Excuse me?
I said you haven't looked back since.
Hadn't looked back since.
But looking back, though, I do want to ask this question because you just mentioned something. You said a year before you had graduated college, right? You had
Right.
finished. When you finished at Winthrop?
USC Aiken.
USC Aiken?
Yeah, Winthrop didn't go well.
You said your freshman year there, 0 GPA, and then
Zero.
you just and then you
You
left,
can
right?
edit that one out if you want.
I was going to ask though, how tough was it to finish school with the passing of your mom?
That is, it was tough because you're right. That was, and again, at USC, and the whole South Carolina system had what they called the education entrance exam back then. If you didn't pass that, they kicked you out of the education program. It was math, reading, and writing. I passed reading and writing. It's kind of like another SAT. Passed that first time, but my weak subject was math, and they said you're weak in geometry. I'd never had a geometry class in my life. Well, okay, I had algebra in college, but after that third time I failed it, all I had to do was student teach. They said you didn't pass this class or this test, so they kicked you out of the education program. So I had to find out, okay, what's the closest I can do to get a degree? And so you're gonna have to go to the interdisciplinary degree. So I had all the PE classes done except for student teaching, and I had a lot of sociology classes. So I majored got my degree in sociology, but I had to have history classes, and it was stuff that it really wasn't interesting. Plus, my mom had just passed. It was tough, but I made it through it. Coach DeHart was still there. Dr. Hammett was still there, and they helped me through a lot.
Okay.
and I made it through. And I did make the dean's list at USC Aiken the year that I had the hardest classes: exercise physiology, kinesiology, all those classes in the same semester. So I ended up with a 3.6 that semester.
We
So
can clap it up for you now. Now you get the clap button. Yeah. Nah, I like that, man. I like that's dope. And before we get into the East Augusta portion of this, Dave, I hope you don't mind me asking this question. Just I don't know if you've been interviewed or had any like life story, but if you can, because I think we look at your kids, like you all know your kids, and we look at you. If you can, like and you can talk from your perspective now or even when you were younger, but describe your parents. Like, how'd you view them growing up?
of course, when you're growing up, you think, well, first of all, I knew I had it made because the town of Ridge Spring, growing up, I rode my bicycle everywhere, ran everywhere. There was a gym downtown, and I played. There's no telling how many hours I played basketball in that gym with my friends. But my parents, they provided, it was stable. I didn't have to worry about much. I had most of what I wanted and everything that I needed. And like I said, my dad was a rock. My mom was a caregiver and supported. I was fully supported. My sister was always supportive of me, and my parents were supportive of her. So it was with them. It was just stable. And like I said, my mom supported my dad and was always had our back. And my dad was moral. He actually was the mayor of the town for a couple of years. And
For real?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was the mayor and principal. Now my brother-in-law is the mayor of Ridge Spring.
You for real?
Yep.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yep.
You knew that, David?
He's the mayor. He last May, I think.
You know that school got a remake like 2020, 2019, 2020?
Yeah, it's all on the middle school and elementary school used to be in Ridge Spring. The high school was off Highway 1 in Monetta. Now it's all on one
The
campus.
only thing I know about Ridge Spring is they got a nice drive-in movie theater. That's it. Other than that, I ain't never been.
I used to go in there in the trunk of cars.
Oh, boy.
We'd load the cars up and get in for free. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, your dad was the mayor. Come on, man. I knew you had
But
it.
that was in Monetta. That's Monetta. That's different from Ridge Spring. That's a different town.
True enough. All right, cool. So,
and he would not be proud of me if he knew that. he would be getting on my tail about that.
all right, well, I want to start with East Augusta. So, you come in 89. All right, I'm not born yet. I want to start there, okay?
Yeah, I'm old. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
So you come in here 89. What is your vision at this point? Like, it's 89. You coming to East Augusta to be a PE teacher, correct?
PE teacher and basketball. I knew I was going to be the basketball coach.
Okay.
And assistant football under William Wright. Matter of fact, he called me the other day on Father's Day. He lives in Houston now. I knew I was going to be the basketball coach, like I said, and PE teacher, and just kind of followed everybody's lead, and I really didn't know what to expect. That's my first time. I didn't have student teaching at USC Aiken because I got kicked out, but my dad was a PE teacher, so I kind of saw that end of it, and my mom was a history teacher, and I knew the administrative role by watching him. So I kind of knew the ins and outs of school business, but I don't know what my expectations were other than I'm just happy I got a coaching job.
Did you know anything about Augusta and let alone East Augusta at that time?
Very little. I just knew Augusta was across the river from South Carolina. Didn't know anything about the history of sports. I do remember my college coach, Coach DeHart, talking about he came over to Richmond Academy and saw Chuck Graham playing.
You knew him, though?
I knew of him, didn't know him, but I just remember Coach DeHart saying that he came to see Chuck Graham play, and needless to say, was impressed.
Got you. Okay. All right. So describe your time there. Like, well, one, how long you were there, but like describe your time at East Augusta. Like, what were some of the growing pains that you might have experienced there?
You know, a lot of people, when they talk about a job, they talk about it's a grind, it's a long season. I don't really look at it like that. It's just, it is, you do what you do and you take things as they come. I really, like I said, Naquan Merriweather, he still hits me up a lot of times. Those kids down there, I loved them, and I think they love me back because they, of course, now they say, when I see them, they say I'm soft. Coach, you're soft now, and I admit that I was a little maniac, and still have some of that in me today. But as you get older, you kind of learn when to unleash what you are, and you learn that it don't take all that. But those kids, I probably would have stayed there forever had I not wanted to get into high school coaching. I could not get an interview for any, not even a JV position from East Augusta.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know, because we were successful the times I was there. I was head football coach for 1 or 2 years, won a football championship, won back-to-back basketball championship. Not me, but the guys, the players. I was there 7 years, and for I think we played for 3 or 4 championships out of the 7 years I was there, and won 2 of them. And Morgan Road beat us at Butler with no time on the clock. Michael Cox hit 3 free throws. He wasn't fouled, but they called it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They called a
some
foul.
of these nobles and these fouls at the end of the game, man.
They called a foul on Tuffy Walker, and I had it on film. He did not touch Michael Cox. But to Michael Cox's credit, there was no time on the clock, and he stepped to that free throw line and hit all 3 because they were down 2, and we lost with no time on the clock.
How'd you feel afterwards?
Again, I was ashamed. I went after the referees in the back. I'm glad I didn't find them, because you wouldn't be interviewing me today had I found them. It would have been finding something else to do.
Let me ask you a question though, because I'm glad you said that. Like, from a coach standpoint, right? What make y'all go after referees? I can't change the play. You can't change the call. Like, why y'all be so mad to go after them? This is for you and Vontigo, but go ahead.
Vontigo's my guy too.
That's my guy too.
Emotions, and we tell the kids all the time, you can't go off of emotions. But and I think I had Christian in my arms when I went back there looking for her.
See, that's why y'all like that now.
Oh, dang. Sorry, Christian.
But that's cool though, man.
I didn't look too hard for him, but I did go in the back hallway of Butler, and I don't know what I was going to tell him, because like you said, they weren't going to change the call.
Yeah.
But I was so upset for the kids. Number one,
right.
Because Tuffy clearly, he contested the shot and went right by him without touching him. The guy back then we had 2 officials. The guy that made the call was standing at half court opposite the shot. He shot the ball from the left corner. The referee they took the ball in from under the basket. The referee down there called nothing, but the guy on the opposite side of the court at half court made the call. And to this day, I don't see how he would call that foul if there was a foul. It was he flew past. If you see Tuffy, ask him. And because I talked to Tuffy 2 weeks ago about it.
He mad all over again, man.
Yeah, man.
You see his face? He getting mad about that all over again.
Ooh. Because we had 5 players that year that I gave 5 MVP trophies. I couldn't say, yeah, you. I gave 5 of them because different games, somebody else stepped up. And it was just a collective and the guys on the bench, they stepped up and did well.
Was there any players? Because we think that's a lot of legends around that time, especially this is the '90s, right? Early '90s.
Early '90s.
So we hear of us, and you said from '89, so So it was to 96, I guess, is when you.
Yeah, 96. Well, I went to Glen Hills Middle School the first year they were open. And the year after that was when Hepzibah position opened up. Kevin Kenny
Gotcha.
went to Evans. And I called Dr. Wiggins, the county athletic director, and he said, I was just getting ready to call you, ask if you wanted, were interested. I said, yep.
Before I get to the Hepzibah, I was going to ask, in middle school, did you coach versus Will Avery?
I did. He
How-
and William, Ricky Moore.
Ricky Moore.
Yes.
How good were they in middle school?
We ain't beat them. We didn't beat them.
I love it. I hear a lot about them. I wasn't living down here at the time. Never got to see them play in middle school, but I hear about them even from middle school. Like we hear about the West Side what they did there, which is, I mean, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear about them. They was like, no, in middle school they was like that. So we knew going to the years to come that they were gonna be good.
Yeah, that team at Tut, the year we won the championship, 90, 91, 91, 92, they beat us. I think they beat us both years. Ricky may have been gone the next year. But William, his 8th grade year, he scored 36. I still remember at Tut, he scored 36 against us in 6-minute quarters. So
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
he lit us up.
How do you coach that? Like how do you stop?
You don't. You just do the best you can. Try to make it as difficult as you can. And I had some really good players, good athletes, good players. I don't even remember who coached Tut, but obviously they did a good job with them because that team went from Tut and ended up winning the state championship. If I'm not mistaken, the majority of them on and I don't know how they didn't make it to the middle school championship. I really don't. I know Murphy was really good back then. Kevin Kenny was at Murphy my first year. And then the second year, we ended up playing the championship game at Murphy against Coach Kenny. And we won. We beat them on a fundamental play. Varselis Bell. Fundamental play. They missed a free throw, and he blocked out just like I try to teach now. First step is back. And for some reason, everybody wants to step under. But Varselis stepped back, got the rebound, buzzer went off. So that was the first championship, and then we won it again the next year.
Just asking, like around that time in the 90s, how competitive was middle school basketball back then? Not that it's not now. I'm just asking, like back then.
Well, of course, that's what I knew. So, like Westside, Tut was good. And again, I didn't understand how they didn't. So
Must have got in
about
trouble or
matchups or something. I don't know, but it was any time you went into any Morgan Road, Murphy, East Augusta, we were good. Tubman, when they get that little gym at Tubman, they got to rolling. Yeah, you couldn't do anything about it. They'd start hitting shots from everywhere, and it didn't matter what you could change defenses, you could press. They'd start hitting 3-point shots. Matter of fact, Tubman beat us when I was at Glen Hills Middle in the championship game, and we had gone were we undefeated, or did Morgan Road maybe beat us once? But we ended up in the championship game first year at Glen Hills, and we were up most of the game, and Tubman came back and beat us at Glen Hills.
Did you go look for the refs?
No, it wasn't ref. They beat us. And I can't say the refs when Morgan Road beat us. I can't say the refs beat us because, like I said, Michael Cox, he's an 8th grade kid, and Butler's gym was packed, and he made all 3 of those free throws, and they had to be doing something right to two good teams, two good middle school teams with good players. It was toe to toe.
I just miss hearing that story. I don't know if you want to say something, put your microphone, but hearing that story, it made me think of when I see pictures of these middle school games and other places because it was so packed. And like now, I'm not saying it'll be packed now, but you go to these games, it's like sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes it is, sometimes they don't come, sometimes support. I don't know, maybe because they got Wi-Fi at home and everybody just watching from online. I don't know what the reason is, but when I hear about it, maybe think like it's just an exciting time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I wasn't down here. I missed a lot, I guess. All right, so you get the call to go to Hesper. Are you excited? You ready to leave East Augusta? What's your vibe?
Like I said, I had left East Augusta the year before because I
Glen
could
Meadow.
not get an interview. I don't know what it was that I couldn't. It just I can't blame it on it. I guess it was just timing. You know, I look back as you grow and you see things. A lot of time you're denied, and it just isn't your time. I'm not perfect, but the older I get, the more spiritual I get, and I look back, and things that happened or didn't happen were happened for a reason, and it just wasn't my time, and it worked out. I met those guys at Hepzibah. I love, man, Bobby Carter, my guy.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Justin Jackson, he's in the recreation department in Charlotte now. I can't, if I name people, I'm leaving people out. T-Span, DJ Span. It's just, I love those guys. And Richmond came open, and I wouldn't have applied, but once one of the football coach said you probably need to, and the principal and I at Hepzibah at the time, we had some kind of run-ins, and I didn't know what might happen. She, I'm not going to say her name, but she fired our football coach by putting a letter in his school mailbox. She didn't even tell him face to face. So I talked to my dad. I called my dad. I was at University of North Carolina, and when I had interviewed, David Smith was the principal here, and he said, I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to interview you just to see what you had, but we got a guy that we really want to give the job to. But I just wanted to interview you. And I appreciate you being honest. And he said, but you'll hear something in a week. That week went by. I didn't get it. So I'm at Hepzibah, and we got a good team. Boy, we're in summer league doing well. But I didn't have to, but I went to University of North Carolina and was working the women's basketball camp. And my wife called and said, David Smith wants you to call him. And my heart sunk, because I knew, dang, that's the Richmond principal. Christian was up there with me. He was 4 years old, 5 years old. He was up there. And he loved Hepzibah. Bobby Carter was his guy. He wanted to go to Hepzibah because of Bobby. And he offered me the job. I said, well, Mr. Smith, can I pray about it? He said, you hurry up. We need a decision. So that night, I did not sleep. I was and I called my dad, and he said, well, tell him, knowing what you know about the principal, you don't know what she might do if y'all are already not agreeing on everything. And she relieved your football coach by putting a letter in his box. That's kind of, you don't know what she is capable of. So I called him the next day and took it, and had to come back and tell my Hepzibah guys that I was coming here. And that was, we had summer league game at that time. I think Sean Bradley was running it and we had it at May Park. And I called him in the lobby and told him, and that was one of the hardest things I'd ever done, because we were loaded. We were loaded.
Were they upset?
Huh?
Were they upset?
Of course, I want to say yeah. When I got here, a lot of them were calling me wanting to
Come over here.
And I said, hey, I can't do anything about that. That's, if you got to move, and I can proudly say to everybody out there, I've never recruited a player.
Yo, clap it up real quick. I'm about to say that, man.
Never recruited.
Clap it up for
a player.
morals, man.
I have never recruited a player.
That's actually what I was
I
about
talked
to
to the
ask
guys
you.
down the street. Go ahead.
No, I was about to ask you that because I know, like, Bobby spoke about, like, staying with you guys and stuff. So that opportunity wasn't ever there for him to come to Richmond, just from?
He was in college the year I came here.
Okay.
That was the Calvin Rowland was still there.
Gotcha.
Rent Sherrill. Well, I had some dogs on that team, man.
Yeah.
They were, and had to play them in the Thanksgiving tournament, and they spanked us by 20. And the folks at Richmond was not happy with me.
I do want to ask, so the beauty of this is like, first you get a lot of history. So last year, Tony Mitchell sat in this same spot for the most part, and I think that's when I first heard about it from Tony. Tony was saying telling his story, but Tony Mitchell kind of guy like he can't just tell you his story. He got to tell you everybody else's story too. That's how he is. I had to learn that, and he mentioned Bobby Carter. If I'm not mistaken, right? That's the guy he mentioned, right? I'm not okay. And then he mentioned that, but he spoke highly of you through Bobby Carter, just saying like how.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
That's my first time hearing it because I didn't even know you ever coached down here. But I only know you from here. Like I said, I'm not from down here, so I don't know. But I didn't know the ties to East Augusta, Hephzibah until Tony Mitchell had mentioned it. But he mentioned the Bobby Carter. I guess telling people like, I was like a father figure to me. Like I lived with him for a little while. Like I love him. Like he did this for me, did this for me. And that's why when we say you're a legend, like to us, I mean, to you it might just seem like you just were doing stuff. But it really impacted some lives, and people talk about it even to this day.
Again, I'm blessed to be in that position. God put me in a position where I can help people. My dad passed away 2-3 years ago, and at his funeral, I never knew how many people he had helped. I knew he was a moral, great guy, provided a stable childhood for me. But at the funeral, there was people that he would drive places because they're, for whatever ailment they had and they couldn't do stuff. He just did a lot. And I think watching him, just the way he was, we never judge people by what they do have or what they don't have. People are people, and you've got to treat them with respect.
With and I'm gonna just stand there for a second, David. If you got a question, you can answer anytime. But in regards to Hephzibah, or just using Bobby Carter, describe your relationship with those guys and your style of coaching at that time. Because now you removed from middle school. It's late '90s now. I guess every of them left by now, right? So it's playing field even now. Describe your relationship with those guys around those times and just your time at Hephzibah with the basketball team.
Again, of course, you're always going to have people that don't agree with you, and parents feel like you show favoritism. I'll tell them I favor the people that I feel like are going to win, or going not win, but give us the best chance to win. It's never personal. I just had a lot of care and love for the guys, and it's more than basketball. I'm not saying that. Sometimes I might feel like I'm a hypocrite preaching academics, knowing that I did not like it. One of the guys that played for me right now, Jerry and Sanders, has a big business in Florida, exercise science. He went to Georgia Southern and found his passion, and he trains a lot of pro athletes, there's just some great guys that I've been blessed to be around. Justin Jackson, one of my favorite guys ever, played at Morgan Road. Matter of fact, I think we beat them in the football championship. I didn't know it at the time, but when I got to Hephzibah, he was talking about it. Yeah, we got y'all, but it's some good, you got good people. People are people everywhere.
Yeah.
Good guys here, good guys at East Augusta, good guys at Glen Hills. Everywhere you go, you're going to find some good people. You're going to find some people that you might not care for too much. They don't care for you.
And just real quick, because we got a Spartan here. I don't know if you can smell it in the gym or not, but when you opened Glen Hills Middle, you coached there too that first year?
Yes.
Okay. Were y'all successful?
Yeah, we played in the championship game. Again, had some good players. That year was kind of a blur because when the year started, we did not have a gym.
Right.
We had PE
I was there then.
outside.
You was in middle school?
Yeah, I was there his first year.
Yeah.
Well, damn. How old are you? Jesus.
Younger than me.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. All right, David. All right. You remember him? Let me ask you. You got a microphone. You can talk.
Yeah.
Describe him back then. This was, what's it, 96, 97? Had it been?
97.
I think 96, 97 was probably the first year Glen
Yeah,
Hills.
97 was
97, 98.
was the
Okay.
first year. Yeah,
So
our
describe
first
him
year.
like you were sixth grader. You young at the time.
Yeah. Oh no, like I agree. Like Coach was real. To me, I felt like you were laid back though, but like you were cool, like because us back then being small, but you seemed youthful, like you were young too. So
Right.
yeah,
I
like,
never seen them young. So to
Yeah,
me,
like-
it's funny. You know, I'm sorry. I met you. I was like 25. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
I get
like
it.
moving around, like messing around like you gonna smack a student or something when they walk up for a gimme class. But no, Coach was real cool, man. Like
That's
and like
cool.
you said, we didn't have a gym, so I remember for PE, y'all would have us run the hill
Mm-hmm.
because was it Coach Hughes?
Yep. Tashambi Hughes.
Yeah, it was almost
Travis McRae was there.
Yeah, PE
Oh,
was
really?
Yeah.
it was punishment, man.
And Mike Stevenson, we didn't have a gym but when tryouts started. We did not have a gym. And Officer Stevenson, Mike Stevenson, talked to his dad and got us Bell Terrace, I believe, that we had. Because the first day of tryouts, we were in the parking lot running around without any goals.
But right there, like that's and I don't know if like I'm saying you might not understand what I'm saying, but like that's the beauty of what I just doing this here. Like even mentioning like Mike Stevenson, like we think of Jarrell, we think of somebody like not even knowing that guy's story. And you know, I love for him to be been brought up in conversation. I always send Jarrell the clips when that happened. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know it brightened his day to as history. You know, so.
Right.
Just cool. It's just cool stuff. I know it's small to me, but it's a big thing, you know.
Oh no, definitely.
The
No.
small things lead to big things.
Yeah,
In basketball and in life, small things stack up.
It's just so crazy when you think about like even the gym, like having his name on the gym and stuff like that. Like it's all full circle.
He was a good dude, man.
Yeah, he
He
was,
was.
man.
I mean, good dude. He called me. I was going to North Carolina to work camp, and he called me, man, when we gonna play basketball? I said, when I get back from Chapel Hill, we're gonna get in the gym. And my wife called me up there, and it was the last day of camp. Officer Stevenson got shot. Damn. And it was tough. It was tough. A tough ride home. I was on the way home, hoping it wasn't true, but it was true.
Yeah, that was deep. That's tough. Damn. I mean, I remember reading. Like I said, I would read the articles and stuff. You're not really understanding, but the more I talk to people from the city and you piece things together, piece stories. Even hearing that's deep right there to me. They supposed to play basketball when you get back. You know, that's a long ride home.
Yeah, we played. Can I say midget? We had a
Yeah,
they had a
you
midget team. They came in. Did you come to that game? They brought a midget. Peter Rabbit or somebody
I'm trying
that used to
remember.
play at Payne
Yeah,
had a group of, we'll say,
Small people.
little people.
small people, little people,
Yeah, yeah.
and we played them. And I remember Mike Stevenson dunked on them. And Calvin Holland Sr. was the assistant principal, and he came in because we were trying to beat them bad.
Right.
And Mr. Holland said, "Hey, y'all need to take it easy." And I was kind of up, man. No,
Yeah.
we're gonna beat them.
Run it up. Yeah.
But I understood what, it was entertainment.
Yeah, yeah.
And they couldn't, Travis McRae played, Mike
About to say,
Stevenson.
man, I remember being in PE playing with McRae and Stevenson, and man, they were huge back then. It's weird seeing McRae now. Like I feel like we looking eye to
Yeah.
eye, but
And now you're looking down on me.
yeah, he didn't take no pity on us, man, back then.
No.
Oh, but so you have a good time at Hesper, and you get the call, Principal Smith. Now the irony of everything, like even this, like I interviewed Darren Shine. This was before the class. I interviewed Darren Shine. I've interviewed E. These are all guys that was at Richmond at the time. So what was the vibe like? I'm asking you because maybe I got a different story. What was the vibe like when you came to Richmond to coach? Because if I'm not mistaken, what I heard the year before they lost like 3 games or 4 games.
Yeah, they were
really, really good.
I think Elite 8 good. And a lot of those guys graduated. Derek Shine graduated. I forgot it. He referee. He's an official now. Hit a half-court shot to win
Beat Laney?
in the region championship.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. Right there. Yeah,
yeah.
right where you pointing at.
I'm ashamed I can't remember his name. He's a good fella. And Coach Rhodes was the assistant principal. He had stepped up to be the assistant principal, and I took his spot. And he was in the building, so that was big shoes. And I remember Mr. Smith when he had Coach Rhodes in there, and he said, "You got some big shoes to fill, literally and figuratively." And Coach Rhodes didn't say much. He just kind of, I don't know how he took it, but Coach Rhodes was really good to me. I mean, he was a good dude, man. He helped me out, and just he didn't look over my shoulder, like you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And he may have agreed with what I was doing, may not have. And I had Piggy, Darren Shine was the point guard, and that helped out. We weren't very good that year, and I'm sure there was some change of style when I came aboard, and it was that year we ended up making the playoffs. We went on a upset West Side in the region tournament, and ended up going to the state playoffs, and really played well against Swainsboro. I think they beat us by 9 down in Effingham County. For some reason they were hosting the first round of the playoffs, and
I know that you said you had some good support, but was it hard for you at the time? Like, what was your thought? Like that, not today, but that year. What was your thoughts when like they just came off, losing 3 games, and then
there again, I don't really look at that as being hard. It is what it is. I just got to hit it face on. I mean, head on whatever I'm facing. I do the best I can, and my dad used to tell me, don't look back, because you're always going to have reason to regret something, and you drive yourself crazy. So don't look back, and do the best you can, and whatever happens is going to happen, as long as you're giving an honest effort and treating people with respect. And I learned that from him. I always treat people with respect no matter what.
And what year you came here? Was it 02, 03?
01, 02.
Oh, okay, 01, 02.
Yeah, because on the banner back there, the region championship 01. So
Okay.
it was 01, 02 was the finished out the 2002 year.
Nah, good flex. So 07, 09, and 10 is all yours though.
Yeah.
Clap it up for him. I like
Hey,
it.
the players again.
The players, yeah.
We had Trevor was 07, and then Ricardo Glenn
9
and
and
that
10.
crew 09, and then Don and Christian, Tommy, Desmond, Ivan. Well, I hate naming players because players win games without a doubt. Players win games.
You're talking about Richmond. So just for me, this is my view. I moved down here with 06, I think 06. So when I first heard of Richmond, I think y'all was really good at the time. I remember a big game here in this gym. Y'all played Butler. I think y'all both was either undefeated. I don't know. Maybe I was. I don't know. But it's end of the season game, I guess, for like a region thing or whatever. And Butler won. Real good game. I think with overtime. I think Antron caught it like 36
Triple
points.
overtime.
Yeah.
They called a foul on a
here
loose
you go.
ball right behind you. 10 people on the floor just about, and they called a foul on us. They were ready to go home.
That's funny.
It was triple overtime. Trevor and Losi, that crowd. Trevor hit a big shot to put it in overtime, maybe to put it in overtime. I just remember the foul call, a scrum on the floor, and again, you got to give Austin Steed credit. He hit the free throws.
Yeah.
To ice it, and went home. But Ralston Brown, he was our leading scorer in 2010, and to this day, one of the best scorers I've ever coached in my life. He was a man.
Yeah, that's funny how you just switched. He switched all over. That was great. But Ralston, I will say, I went to Josie with him, because he came from Josie, right? He came from Josie. I was at Josie a year. He was there. He played JV. Really should have been playing varsity, but you know how that go. Yeah, I knew he was special then. I knew he was special then. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was real. I had a class with him. He was real good too. Ralston Brown, real good. He played in class last year, but when you're older, you're not playing every day. But back then, yeah, he was really good. Really good.
He was good. He was.
You had some other good players though. You had I'll mention some, and you tell me your thoughts on some of them. Basically, I know. So you had Darren Shine his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
How was Darren Shine?
the truth. He averaged 26 and probably 8-9 assists a game and 6-7 rebounds. Darren was good. I mean, good.
Trevor Welcher.
Clutch, fast, athletic, and of course he's going to tell you he took 30 shots a game. I don't think he did that, Trevor. I'm sorry. you always saying Nobles let me shoot 30 shots a game. I don't think you shot 30 a game. Maybe you did. I don't have the stats, and Losi Hill he did stuff that he shouldn't be able to do as a 5'11" post player, 3, 4. He was, and again, I don't want to leave anybody out, but those were our guys. They were you've heard of big three, they were the big two.
Ralston, you mentioned him.
Mm-hmm.
Say he's a good scorer.
I did.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say not the backtrack, but we spoke about Bobby a lot. But when you talk about like hitting tough shots, I just remember because you were at Hesselman 01. I remember playing y'all both times, and both times we were up 4, and Bobby shot 2 half-court shots on both games and hit both of them to where we only won by 1. I don't know if you remember.
I still
that
lost
or
the
not.
game, he's saying.
Yeah. No, they did lose, but
That's crazy.
Y'all
Man,
beat us.
he was in the locker room, man. He didn't think about that no more.
We beat y'all twice in 01.
He said, y'all beat us is crazy.
Okay, that was Bobby's
That-
senior year.
Right, Bobby
Okay,
Senior.
okay,
I don't know if you remember, he shot those 2, and I always joke with BJ because Bobby stole the ball from BJ and then ran down and dunked it, and then Coach took BJ out and he started crying. But that's another story. But I'm not sure if you remember those, but I know he was talking about just Richmond players, but I don't think you had talked about Bobby as an on the court player.
Bobby, he was, again. I don't like to say he was the best I've ever had.
Right.
He was one of the best I've ever had. He shot, and again, some stats just jump out. He was a 53% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. Him being that tall, handling the ball, like he's the only player that in practice we did somebody had to beat him.
Okay.
Like we always joke about that because we played boxing 1 on y'all, and he's the only player. Like, and we had Tony Mitchell stuff like that, all that, but Bobby was the only one that coach was like, we got to have somebody on him at all times.
Bobby was good. Bobby was smart enough to know if they were playing man and they put somebody smaller on him, he'd go to the block.
Right.
If they put somebody big on him, he'd come out to the perimeter and do his thing.
Yeah.
He was. I talk about Ralston being a scorer.
Yeah.
Bobby could score too. Bobby had 44 at Laney
Right.
one night, and a guy from Furman was there looking at Calvin, and because he was 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah.
And I said, well, what'd you think about my other guy? This dude looked at me and said, what other guy? I said, Bobby Carter. I didn't notice him. I said, dude, he had 44.
That's crazy.
And he looked at me crazy. I'm looking at him crazy.
Yeah.
This guy had 44, and
Right.
you didn't recognize. You didn't see him. He's a 6'4" guard.
I was just about to say, tall guard, handle.
I couldn't believe it.
That's
He
crazy.
did it.
Okay, I think I mentioned some other players. How was it coaching your son? Like,
Ooh, Lord have mercy. That's probably the toughest thing for him and for me. I think it affects our relationship to this day. And I'm glad we shared, 2 Final Fours back to back. And if it hadn't been for Miller Grove, I think we'd have been state champions. But get to give Miller Grove credit and Coach White and the players they had. We would have had some championships. It was tough because, he was. A lot of the people were saying he's only on the team because he's my son, and he would say that. And I would say, as long as the players don't say that, we're good. And matter of fact, his sophomore year, we had a guy that got in trouble, and Christian was not starting, and it was at Christian's position. I put him in as a starter, and then the guy came back, and I called Desmond and Roston in the office. I said, do I go back to the other guy or do I leave Christian? And they said, leave Christian. So they kind of validated what I was saying. And that being said, it was still a struggle. You know, you're tougher on me than everybody. You do this, you do that. And he is right. But, and he did some things that I needed to be harder on him, just because separating coach and daddy is not easy. That especially when you're 16 years old, and your dad is on you, and you're hearing it from, you know, some of the schoolmates. I'm sure it was tough. You know, I guess my wife, she kind of helped hold, you know, mediate it, and without a loving wife and supportive wife and mother, she had to be on both sides of it. And my daughter, I'm sure she was young, but she didn't probably understand a lot of it. But just having a loving family at home, even though it wasn't always lovely with Christian and myself.
What was it hard? Well, not was it hard. Did you not want him to go to Hesselville? Was that out the picture now?
I just wanted to come here. He wanted to come here.
I got you.
We tried to enroll him in Langford at one time because some things happened, but they wouldn't let us do it. And then, of course, he came here the next year.
Okay.
We never lived in Hepzibah, but
he played varsity all 4 years here.
He was on JV his freshman year. He played his first varsity game his ninth grade year because we had some of our older kids had gotten in a little ruckus in the school.
Yeah, everybody know about that.
And we were short-handed.
Yeah.
So I had to pull Christian up. Donovan Stone was on the team. So he was playing, and we had to go to Statesboro, and Christian shot his first shot in the air ball because, you know, it was Statesboro. The gym was packed. They had a kid named Eric Ferguson that ended up playing overseas, played at Georgia Southern. But then after the game, Coach Lee Hill came up. Who's that little short guy you got out there? I said, that's my son, Coach. He said, I didn't know that. And we were telling them at halftime, make him go left. And they said, Coach, it don't matter. But they ended up kind of pushing the ball out of that. Philip Morris said they took the ball out of our freshman point guard hands, and because it was a close game at halftime. And matter of fact, I think we ended up beating them in the region championship game here that year. They had Eric Ferguson. No, that was Trevor's group. My bad. I think we did. We won the region that year.
Yeah, I said 09, 010,
Yeah.
09, 20.
But yeah, Christian played his first varsity. Of course, he ended up on JV. But that year we were in Glenn Academy's region. We were in a region similar to what we are now. And then next year, Christian was full varsity.
I got a question. I mean, because just mentioning that, like, has there ever been a player you had where you was like, they were that good to play varsity as soon as they came to high school? Word around town is like, this is word around town. Like, you want to only culture that you won't play a player in varsity. I don't know how true that is or not.
I'm going to do what?
Like, you won't play a player on varsity. Like, if you're a freshman, you going to JV.
Who said that?
That's just word around town.
They lied. If you're good enough,
You gonna
I
play?
don't care what grade you're in. I got one this year that he ain't gonna spend it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet.
And
I was thinking about that too when they said that though.
if you can play, you can play. I mean, when Trevor came in, he finished the year on varsity. Jamie Quarles was the starting point guard, but Trevor got some playing time but you don't want to. If you got an established junior, senior, they got more experience. But look, I don't care what grade you're in. If you're ready, you're ready. And again, I got one this year that he ain't gonna spend a day on JV. And whoever said that, the heck with y'all.
Don't go looking for him.
I'm 63 AM days over.
I get you.
I ain't looking for nobody anyway.
Now, I know you mentioned not having the name, so I won't even do that because you got so many Richmond squads that just when you first came, then the Trevor group, then your son's group. And I'm just naming point guards to. Then you got what about the later years, in 2012 through 2016 era? I watched y'all play a lot of games. My brother was playing at the time, so I watched Richmond a lot because y'all played them a lot. What about them squads? Maybe y'all didn't win region or go far, but was there something special about those groups? You got the Chris Jones. I remember him playing.
Rashad Lee, Chris, Madison Williams.
Yes, him too. Yeah.
Moses
Williams. Again, we were maybe not as consistent. Don gave us fits.
My brother though.
Yeah,
okay.
Don.
I know who knew who it was. That's why I didn't say nothing about it.
Yeah. Don.
He loved this gym.
I bet he does. Anytime we played us, it didn't matter what gym. He loved the gym. But Darius Williams at Josie was good.
Jesus.
Med Hill and
Jesus.
Meat at Aquinas.
Yeah.
And I had Frank Roberts. Went to South Georgia Tech and played with Christian. Nick Roberts, that can shoot the lights out. Chris Jones. Chris was probably the hardest player I've ever had. He plays hard, and to this day, he's going to play hard, regardless of size. He's got a big heart. Again, I hate when you start mentioning players. And again, I've heard people say Richmond don't get people in college. Somebody made the comment on Facebook that Richmond don't get people in college. I went and made a list, and it was 29 to 30 that we've had to go to college. And players, if you can play, it don't matter where you are, how good your team is, they will find you.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever said that, the heck we all too.
Nah, I ain't never heard that. I ain't never think of it that way because there's so many legendary people that came from here. I guess I ain't never think of it who goes, who don't go. I'm with you. I think if you play well enough, they will find you. And mind you, a lot of these players ain't just playing Richmond. That's just one team they play for. You still got AAU. So what you doing in the summertime if you ain't got no looks? It's not just Richmond.
AAU is where they get seen.
Yes.
That's because a college coach can go to an AAU tournament and see 20 good players.
Mm-hmm.
He come to a high school game, he might see one or two. So I learned that when I had Trevor. Sean Bradley was coaching with Damian Key's outfit. They weren't Southern Kings at the time. I forgot what they called it, what they were, but he was able to coach them. And coach from Georgia called me, an assistant coach, and I said, Sean Bradley's their AAU coach, and I said I forgot how I mentioned him, but he quickly wanted to get his number and pretty much hung up on me once he got that number. Okay, bye. And he was trying to get to the AAU coach, and that was before it is as big as it is now. But I don't fool myself. AAU, if you get with a good AAU program and you play in the right gyms in front of for the right teams, you're going to be in front of the right coaches. Mm-hmm. And that's where you are seeing. Madison Williams is an example.
Yeah,
he came from Augusta Christian, transferred over here, and they were lined up because they said they saw him on the AAU circuit, and they would come in just to watch him in the weight room or watch him do an individual workout. So if you can play, they're gonna find you.
You got, like I said, it's a lot of history here just with you. When I think about you coming from 01, I mean that's over 2 decades of coaching. How would you define your style of coaching when you first came to Richmond versus now?
I've always like up tempo. I don't want to. I get mad now to this day when they start walking the ball. What are you doing? Well, you push the ball. I'd rather go against scattered defense than a set defense. So, and then these days everybody wants the ball in their hand. So when we take the ball out, we got 3 people standing on one side of half court looking for it. No, you run your lane, run down the court, and you will score. You'll get the ball, and it's going to put pressure on the defense. So my style of coaching, I like a fast pace, but you have to be able to play both. The Final Four teams, we were able to play both styles. We played a team in here and no shot clock back then. I think we beat them 39-36 because they were not wanting to run with us. And one time we played a solid minute of defense. And our fans, I still remember, they stood up and started clapping. But one thing they weren't wanting to run with us, but there was no gaps, no holes. Those teams were good. But I always want to play solid defense and push the pace.
You mentioned earlier, like just more having morals, even from your dad having morals, but also we clapped it up for you as well. Just not ever like going to get a play, like scouting and trying to pull a player from out of his zone and things of that nature. So how do you go about getting players? Do you just get whatever's given to you and you just take that?
Yeah, whatever they enroll in the guidance office, that's the way we roll with it. I'm sure through the years I've had people that were not in zone, but I didn't say, "Hey, will you come here?" When Ralston Dad came and talked to me, I said, as long as he moves in our zone, if y'all move in our zone, because the Form B, we have to fill out the Form B, and you have to prove a legitimate move. And I'm just not wanting to, first of all, do it the wrong way, and then second of all, risk my career as a teacher because I wanted to win a basketball game. And from what I don't know, I've never seen it, but from what I understand, if you can lose your teaching certificate on that. I don't know if that's true, but that's
maybe other places.
I don't know, but again, my dad's the most moral guy, and I can't say that I've lived up to the way he is, the way he was, but I've definitely tried and just never have gone out and said, "Hey, why don't you come here?"
Speaking of that, I want to stay in the top for a second. I'm thinking about an interview we did last year. Was there any player that didn't come, maybe was supposed to come, came, left, whatever, that you was like, "Damn, I wish they would have stayed," or like you almost had? I think of 2 in my mind right now.
Of course.
I just making sure. I forget people say they came here and then they left.
Rod Hall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. That's my number 1. Yeah.
I promise you, had Rod come here his freshman year, we may have been 3-time state champions because he was going to be on varsity his freshman year. That was one thing, and he was a varsity player. Mm-hmm. He was not going to spend a day on JV.
And you knew that. You knew that already.
Yes, and we were the choice school at the time, and we had our auditorium was full of students. And our guidance office was trying their best to get them enrolled. But when I say the auditorium was full, the numbers, and I think he sat in there for a week or 2.
Yeah, what he said, yeah.
And I think he went out for football, and nobody really noticed him. And I don't know how you don't notice Rod Hall. But, Rod played that summer with us.
What he said, yeah.
He and Donnell from Josie.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to Laney.
That's one of the ones, right?
That's one of those ones. And I promise you, Rod Hall would have played varsity.
He's still on that?
And Rod, good guy. Every time he comes in a gym and he sees me, he comes and speaks to me. Just a good fella.
The other one I hear, I don't know if it was like Fisher or not, because Trevor, it's hard to take. Trevor says things, he joke a lot, so I don't know if he's being serious. But I did hear Jarrell supposed to come here too.
Jarrell and I have conflicting stories on that. I don't know I don't know. I know his granddad and Sean Bradley were they they had a relationship. Jarrell seems to think he played summer league with us. I don't ever remember Jarrell playing summer league, but again, Jarrell would have played varsity, and
No
of
question
course,
about it.
that's what kind of player he was or is. Jarrell to this day is a problem on the court because he knows he can just play, and
Real good IQ.
he was going to play varsity. Had he enrolled here, he seems to think he played JV summer league. I don't, and I asked Sean about it. I asked Sean, did Jarrell play JV? Were we going to put him on JV? Hell no. But
Yeah.
Jarrell seems to. Maybe Jarrell remembers something that I don't. But Jarrell, if you're going to watch this, you were going to play varsity, and we'd have had state championship here too.
I do got a question though, because like seeing the coaches now, where y'all invested back then on like checking out middle school ball, because I know now they go to recruit, but back then, what did y'all know who were coming up in the ninth?
Yeah, we knew.
For the most part.
Langford was supposed to be coming
Right.
here. Again, Augusta really doesn't have true feeders because of the way the zone. Some middle schools go here, part go there.
Yeah.
Of course, we were aware of it.
Gotcha.
When Coach Mitchell came on board here, he would go look at the middle schools for me. Coach Jones now goes. That's probably one of my weakest areas is going to talk to people, talk to younger kids. I feel like if they want to come, they're going to come. I'm not going to go to talk bad about somebody else's program.
Right.
I'm confident in what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take care of them. You got to meet us halfway.
Yeah.
We're going to hold you accountable, and no one person is going to be above the team. I don't know if I'm answering your question. It's just stuff comes
Oh,
to
no,
mind.
you did. I mean, that is interesting that you say feeder systems, because I did want to get your opinion on like people playing like 8th graders in Columbia County. Like, do you think that's something that could happen in Richmond County?
And
Playing high school?
The
Like
rule
middle
on
school
that,
kids play high school after
Like-
the middle school season.
Ah, okay.
yeah, and that's kind of a. My daughter played high school soccer, JV soccer,
Mm-hmm.
in Columbia County when her season was over at Stallings Island.
Okay.
So the rule on that GHSA rule is that they can play the JV sport as an 8th grader as long as there's not a program for them to play at in middle school. And in Columbia County, basketball is over before Christmas.
Right.
So that's why they're able to.
Bring kids up. Yeah.
There's no program for them to play in middle school. It's kind of a.
Oh, got you.
It's
So
kind of
Richmond, they
a-
still be playing. I got you.
Yeah, Richmond County still plays
Yeah, I got you.
after Christmas.
Got you. Yeah.
And when they're finished playing, we're, kind of our JV and middle school have their championship games in the same time
weekend. Yeah.
in the same gym.
Got you.
So,
got you.
From what I understand, that Bel Air team, they could have competed with our JV teams last year.
Yeah. They behind closed doors. I've heard they beat a couple of high school JV teams in scrimmages.
I guess that door
Two.
just opened, didn't it? I heard the same thing, but hey, that ain't none of my business. That's it was informal,
Yeah.
so they got together somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
So
What's your thoughts on just the level of talent, competitiveness now versus when you maybe 10 years ago versus now? Like I watched you a lot this year, of course. One thing I did like about you, win, lose, or draw, like you always have the same demeanor. I don't know if you've always been that way, but like you seem chipper before the game. I'm telling you,
you shaking your head, David.
you seem chipper before the game. You laughing, joking, ha ha, he. I'm like, oh, he seemed like a cool guy to me. But then I hear the stories from 03, 05, different. Like, oh nah, he was on us. What changed in you, if anything, and then what changed in the game that you've seen, if anything?
Now, we still hold the kids accountable no matter what. Practice, they up and down these steps.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And if it gets too bad, we got a weight vest where, and I better not say that, we'll get in trouble. But they're going to be held accountable. But outside the lines, when it's over, I'm upset. But as long as we did the best we could, and we always want you to have good character, and that's one thing. You hear a lot about the culture of a team. When it goes bad, it's hard to get it back. And these past few years, for whatever reason, the culture of it had some guys that wanted to be above the team, and you can't allow that. The team is always bigger than the individual, and I love those guys that we had some run-ins, but I just I guess when you get as old, or let me put it, when you get as much experience as I have, you don't have to yell and scream, but you still hold them accountable.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys these days, you cannot yell and scream.
I was saying that even and me and David, we manage in retail, and it's the same way with just associates. And Dave, I'm wrong. Tim, I'm wrong. You can't even do corrective action. Like they not coming for 4 days. Now you need somebody to fill in. You got to check this whole process there. You can't even give them any kind of rough talking or hey, you need to do this different way. Do it this way. They're so sensitive now, and it's so many other things you got to regulate before you talk to them. Sometimes it's just
Honestly, I think, I don't know about the retail business, but the after COVID, there was a definite difference in the way those kids reacted to just correction. Coach Mitchell and I, Kevin Mitchell and I, we talk, and you just ask a kid, hey, don't sit right there. And they have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Move over here. And if you tell them no, they don't like to be told no. And that's life. You're going to be told no.
Yeah.
You can't just do what you want to do.
No, I agree. But I say that were you always that way, kind of cool, calm, collected, even before the game, during the game? I didn't watch a lot of Richmond coming up. I just knew about that side of town, really. I watched more. My brother played, of course, and I just never focused on the rest. I'm watching my brother play, so I'm not focused on that. So I don't know whether you was a screaming coach or running back and forth, stay in your box coach. I don't know what kind of coach you were back then. I see you now. You kind of chill. Were you always that way, though?
No.
Okay.
No. And again, I'm not proud of it, but my emotions would get the best of me. And
I see you laugh at the refs now. During the game,
and
you laugh
that's
at
one
calls
thing
now.
I had to realize. It's not personal with the referee. They might, as long as they talk to me, like Doug Prince, for example. If I said, Doug, man, what, Steve, I missed that one, my bad. And that's all. Hey, they're human, and they're not. There's no referee that I don't think I might be wrong. That's just going to cheat. That's one thing. If a kid says they're cheating, we got a problem. Referees are not cheating. They might miss a call. They might be inconsistent, but they're not cheating. And I will say there's one school. I shouldn't have said that. Edit that out, please. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's okay. So we do this pretty much for the clash and stuff. What's your thoughts on that? I seen you there last year, but what's your thoughts on while you watch the games, older players playing, still trying to prove things, bragging rights, whatever, maybe school spirit. Just seeing if they still got it. What's been your experience watching these clashes over the last, how many years now, David? 7 years.
It's good for the community. And you're always going to have some things that you lose. Some people lose their temper, but for the most part, it's a good event. I mean, fans don't act fool, and sometimes the players get out of hand. But it's a good event. It's a good event. And after it's over with, I see Christian and Christian Keelan and different,
All the players, yeah.
Mike Stevenson, Jarrell Stevenson, and chopping it up with each other. And it's over. Between the lines, are they going at it?
Yeah.
Like Zepp and Christian, they were competing last year and going at it.
Yeah,
Then
that
they
was
run a
good.
camp together
Mm-hmm.
here. Just played in a tournament somewhere, and I think in Tampa together.
Yeah.
But when they compete, they compete. And the league at East Point, Christian and Zepp played against each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next week they're riding together to a tournament. So, it's good. You can compete and talk trash, but then at the end of the day, go out and eat together.
Yeah, I think one of the great things about it too is like when the coaches like you come. I know Coach Keller came, Coach Williams, is that seeing all y'all old players, because I know you probably haven't seen them in a few years, some of them.
Right.
But yeah, it's always good to see them coming up, showing you love when you up there. I wish you would sit on the sideline one year for them.
I get kind of nervous. I get nervous, man.
Yeah.
It's because there's some good players.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing all those eras, like you said, you got, even last year's MVP was Justin Mills playing with your son,
Yeah.
playing with Roston and Tommy Williams and Chris Jones even playing with somebody he coached. He coached Justin. And then, but he probably looked up the Nobles growing up and all them on the same team and just like, even though we lost, I look at it and be like, man, this dope. Like seeing all those different eras come together and, it's not even a money tournament, but they taking pride in it.
Right.
Like they want to win. Like Christian coming down from Atlanta just to play. He can be doing anything else, but he don't want to hear nobody say Richmond can't win. So he makes sure he available.
I just don't like all the trash doing it. I don't want it to get personal.
Yeah.
I want everything I want everybody to get along at the end of the day, and they seem to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they do. I think, like you said, when they walk off the court, they kind of forget what they had just said 5 minutes before.
Yeah. So and when you first started doing that, David Beard is a marketing genius. I had never when y'all filled Glen Hills up with Richmond and that first one. Good gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I was living in Atlanta then, and I was showing people that, and they didn't believe it was an alumni game.
Yeah,
like they couldn't
crazy.
imagine that many people came out to see alumni play basketball.
Yeah, and then I believe Thompson and Warren County did it the next year or something. That Thompson Gym was rocking.
Yeah. It became a thing for real.
Yeah.
Just showing people, what could come from doing that. And it's good. Like you said, during homecoming, we raising money. Doing the Richmond fundraiser. Like it is a good cause behind it.
Yeah, because I said that's probably my weakest area is fundraising.
Yeah.
I don't like. Hey, can y'all give me some money?
Yeah.
But we need it.
Yeah.
If you want to donate, Richmond Academy boys basketball. I don't have to touch the money. Send it to the bookkeeper.
Yeah.
Because
that's what we should do after this. I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get you one of them print things with the 1 through 31. And let them pick a number, and they'll send it to y'all cash out because you did this for us. We gonna.
I appreciate y'all doing. It's not. I'm not doing it for y'all. I'm doing it because y'all asked.
Yeah.
And you're good folks.
But, I still got to do something for you, so I'll do that. Since you're not savvy with that part, we gonna.
If you do that, I don't know. We got to. Everything is done by paperwork.
Yeah.
You got to turn in a fundraiser request.
We'll get it right.
Okay.
We got you, man.
Because we need a new shooting machine. Because the one we got now it works, but it's all taken apart.
Yeah, it's always broke.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's always I'm like it works sometimes, and got people fixing it, then it don't work again. I don't know. But I was gonna ask just in final, asking that question with the gym. I feel like it's a prominent gym. Maybe mine for selfish reasons with my brother, but I also think about when I talk to people. Ashley Brown, talking to Raw Hall, even doing Beats probably did interviews in this gym because back when I was watching back then, they used to have the Thanksgiving tournament here, or just tournaments here, and you see a bunch of things in this gym here. This is a prominent gym. How hard is it trying to like when like you got the Peach Jam or you got NBA players down here? Not hard, but how do you decipher who you can open a gym to versus not open the gym? And is that something like can that help with fundraising at all?
We're not really, honestly, we're not supposed to let people use the gym. Everybody can't be allowed to come in here. That's when things get in, because that's why I like to be here, because nobody's going to take care of your stuff like you take care of your stuff. And if I don't take care of this gym, it's it's not going to, like right now we need new backboards. Those backboards that you're looking at, they won't raise up. Never have, never would. So they're just there. And PE, kids like to hang on them. They're old. I bet those might have been here since 1959. I'm sure
59.
Gerald White played on those. I'm sure Chuck Graham dunked on those. But I forgot the question.
No, you get. Now we're wrapping up, but you got a favorite team?
In college, pro?
Nah, not favorite team from Richmond from 01 to now.
I can't say that.
Not even the 9 or the 10.
I can't. I mean, Madison always wants to say, Madison Williams, we were the best team. I don't know, Madison. That 09, 10, those were special teams. And then Madison's team was good. And Miller Grove beat us again at Miller Grove in the, I think,
Miller Grove was
Sweet
tough, though.
16.
Miller Grove always been tough, though.
But you know what? The guy that put us out, hit their big shots was Colin.
Sexton?
No.
Colin be with Zip all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had transferred to Miller Grove.
He sure did.
He transferred to Miller Grove and hit 2 shots from the corner because we were leading the game, the whole game.
I forgot he transferred.
Colin Young.
Yeah, I forgot.
And
he sure did
his
go
brother.
over there.
His brother plays JV for us here.
Okay.
Now.
I did see him bring his brother one time.
But Colin, he was the one that turned it for him. 'Cause we were leading that game most of the game. And Colin had rolled his ankle like the game before and came limping in, but hit 2 big shots from the corner. And that just did it. And I get on with this day, transferred to Miller Grove, and they won the state championship that year.
Yeah.
And then ended up, they went to New York and played in some national tournament and did well.
Yeah. I think it was the Geico.
It was a big tournament. That they beat a couple of the prep schools.
Yeah.
Was there ever any teams you didn't? I wouldn't say hated, that you didn't care to coach against? Like which is gonna be tough. Like in your whole time of playing.
Didn't want to coach against.
Yeah, like you just like, it's gonna be a rough night.
I always welcome a challenge.
Thunder?
I don't know. That
Was it
sound like,
storming?
I hope it was fireworks.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but like Miller Grove, I knew it was going to be tough, but I don't fear. It's a game. At the end of the day, and learn from my dad. If you do your best you can, and you prepare, at the end of the day, that's all you can do. Regrets when we lost to Miller Grove in the Final Four, the second time by a point. Tommy and Christian caught cramps at the same time. I look back, we had fruit that I didn't think about, and they was left on the bus. I should have been having them eat that fruit all day, and I didn't. We had a little way to get rid of cramps, and it sounds crazy, but if you rub cough medicine with guaifenesin on a leg cramp, it goes away and won't come back.
Cough medicine with what?
Guaifenesin.
Wow.
I saw it when I was coaching track at Hepzibah. One of my kids caught a cramp. The lady trainer we were at Warner Robins. she rubbed cough medicine on his calf muscle, and I saw the cramp go away.
Mm.
What are you doing putting cough medicine? It goes away. And then we had our medicine kit behind the bench and didn't think about getting the medicine kit to rub it on Christian and Tommy. And we were up 7 with less than 4 minutes to go and ended up losing. They had 2 players off the floor that were big time for us. And, you know.
Do you feel like for your career it'll stop at coaching? Are you interested in doing any kind of admin work, like principal, like maybe following your dad's footsteps at all?
I'm 63, man. I'll be 64 coming up soon. My dad, as an administrator, always wanted me to go into administration, and that's just I have a hard time focusing in faculty meetings we have. I don't care. I couldn't care less about what they're talking about half the time. I'm just sitting there and don't let me and Coach Mitchell be together. Well, it's a clown show.
What about you? Like, what about coaching? Like, are you is retirement in your future? You're just gonna ride it out? Like, what's
Year to year, I'm blessed that the county has allowed me to do what they call 49%. So I teach half a day, and of course, full-time coach. Mr. Jason Medlin was the principal at the time. I asked him about doing the 49% because Otis Smart at Laney did it, is still doing it. Wendell Lofton at Hepzibah did it. Gerald Barnes at Westside baseball coach did it for a long time. Ivory Hugie did it at Westside. And Coach Hugie, Ivory Hugie, he was at Hepzibah and got me at Hepzibah to coach football and basketball. And he, we talked, and he said, man, it's a good deal. Coach Smart told me it's a good deal. And Mr. Medlin asked them downtown if they would allow it, and they did. And I'm grateful to Mr. Medlin to this day for that. And Dr. Wiggins went to him this year, and they keep, so it's a year-to-year agreement. And again, these kids keep me young here.
Yeah.
Come here for a half a day of PE, and Mr. Medlin, he said, I know I don't have to remind you, but I don't need a halftime coach. You got to be, that's a given. Most people get into the teaching to coach, even though your salary is teaching. That's what we're here for. Because you spend 8 hours a day when you're full-time here teaching and coaching as your supplement is a small part of your pay. But no administration, and I'm just year to year. I'm sure there's some people ready for me to retire, but
talking to everybody. I don't know if you follow this or even care about this stuff, but there was I want to end it with this. I want to make sure I ask him because I know this is funny to ask. But it was Ashley Brown. He made a list. I don't know if you heard about the list. I don't know if it got back to you or not. Last 50 years, top 100 players. Trevor was 99.
But here
what
we
you
go.
think about that? I'm laughing because they was laughing.
Because I didn't know that's where you was going. But
You gotta make it funny,
He's in the top 100. So,
Yeah.
hey, and Jarrell was left off.
The guy said it was a mistake. He said he made a big mistake.
And to Ashley, I've been knowing Ashley a long time. He interviewed me at the radio station when I was at East Augusta.
Oh, word?
Yep. He worked for Lee Beard at his radio station. And I'm sure Mr. Beard mentioned to him. I don't know. But I was flattered at the time. Hey, I'm being interviewed on the radio. I was 27, 28 years old and thought I was big time, middle school coach. But Ashley, he is knowledgeable.
Very.
When I tell you Ashley Brown knows his stuff about all sports, he's on it. So, some I didn't agree with, some I thought should have been higher. And like Christian and I were talking, and Christian wasn't upset about not being on it. Just to be mentioned out of all those years, like over 12,000 people and you're even mentioned.
Yeah.
And again, it's one man's opinion.
True.
So, Trevor, you should have been higher.
Yeah, I think 97 would be fine for him. I just play. Trevor, my guy. Trevor's actually my favorite Richmond player of all time, though. Like he was that was the first Richmond player I seen that was really good. Like I said,
Trevor
I
hit
came
some
down
big
that
shots
year,
for us. I
and,
mean, when
yeah,
I
he was-
tell you, he hit some big shots. He and Losey together, they were
I didn't know
tough.
him, but I remember the year of '06, and like I said, it's funny because of history. You just remember stuff. I don't know why I remember this, but I remember walking in because it was in Burke County. The region playoffs was in Burke County,
right.
and I'm going in to watch Butler. They ended up losing to Liberty County that year, which is crazy. But I remember coming in not knowing him, but I guess he was crying, so that's how I knew who he was. And said, "What you on the back?" And I always tell him, I said, "I remember you was crying in Burke County." He was like, "How you know?" I'm like, well, I walked in and he was crying.
We lost to Liberty County too.
It was good.
They had a 6'7" point guard.
Yes, but they kept doing this, and they still do that play to this day. I don't know if you know, but like it's a play where they shoot all their shots in the corner. Like they kept doing this play, and you can't. I don't know. You just couldn't stop it. They did it in 2014 as well with Davion Mitchell, is his name. They playing for Miami or something like that.
Yeah.
He was killing. He was a freshman. I'm like, well, they run the same play. You just can't stop it.
He was a man child though. With this, 6, I don't know the 6'7".
He had
point guard.
braids.
The 6'7" point guard.
Yeah, he was really good.
He
Really
back,
good.
he was just back.
Really good.
He backed it down the court. He was good.
Yeah.
I think Trevor sprained his ankle that game too.
Mm.
I'm not trying to make excuses,
I
but
was just about to say he gonna use that now.
Real 99-ish.
but yeah, Trevor hit some big shots for her. He hit one at Evans was amazing. I mean, I don't see how it went in.
And this is I'm gonna end here. If you got a question, you can ask, but I want to answer. I think Richmond is known to me like it's like a guard heavy school. Like they got a lot of good legendary guards. You think about the Shines, Christian, Nobles. A few more I could think of right off the top of my head, but
Jamie Quarles.
yeah. But I wasn't down here for him, but I do know he's a good coach. I know him as a coach. Player I didn't get to see, but I hear about it. I want to interview him too at some point, but I know he's busy. Big time guy there. I remember seeing him at Augusta State a lot. Is it hard coaching guards, like the kind of guards you've had? Because you didn't have just any guards. You had some really, really prominent guards in the city.
Hard. Again, that's when I don't look at things as hard or easy. It is, you just do what you have to do. Some are more challenging than others. Some some want to freestyle a lot, or instead of. We give our players a lot of freedom, and that's one thing that I think we get a bad rap on is you got to play in a system. Our system is you push it down the floor. I don't care about a play. Again, to go deep in a playoff, you have to be able to play both styles. So is it? Again, it's just what you do. What you have to do. Don't look at it as hard or easy. You hold them accountable. Make sure they're proficient in the fundamentals, and everything. You stack the little things, turns into big things. I heard Chris Paul say, "Just keep stacking days, man. If you stack good days, the big things happen." So, being hard or easy, there are things that are challenging, but again, it's just part of it's what you do.
No, I like it. You got any questions? No, I think it was good. It wasn't that hard, right? It was pretty good. Was it hard?
Yeah, I don't,
Well, I mean, I'm sure you and your son got something in common. You interview really, really well. I know he don't like talking, but you interview really, really well. So
I appreciate it. I had to get there.
Well, I'm sure he'll get there eventually, but you interview really, really well. You gave a lot of history too. Like, and some answers that he probably think was nothing was like a lot. It was like loaded, Like I think the Jarrell thing stand out to me a lot in this one. I can't wait to send him that clip. I know that's gonna like brighten his day.
Yeah, Jarrell's a good dude, man. He's a deep thinker.
Yeah.
And one thing we say, we tell our kids, you play how you live. Coach Bradley is big on. He had a college coach that told him that you play how you live. And when I look back, certain players that we've had, you look at how they live, and their game reflects how they live. If they're chaotic off the court, sooner or later it's going to rear its head here. My dad used to say, a great athlete with poor character will get you to a championship game and then lose it for you. I've seen that over and over and over. I wish you still filming?
Yes.
That's one thing that I tell my players to this day. Smartest man I know is my dad. Poor character, great athlete will get you to the championship game and then lose it for you. And I've seen it. Poor character, man, that's if you have great character, you're going to be successful in whatever you do. And you play how you live.
I like it. I like the message. I love the message. Well, this was dope. What you think, David? What you think about it?
Yeah. No, I think it was great.
I think people gonna like this one because I don't know if there's anything of you talking to people like that.
That's
You know?
what I told him.
I'm
I
not
told
a
him that
talker.
before we started. Yeah.
They tell me to stand up in church for Veterans Day. Yeah, I ain't gonna be standing. I don't want people looking at me. I'm not a Justin Jackson that helps me used to tell me, "You laid back." They think they may have voted me in the yearbook most laid back.
Yeah.
It one because only thing I get upset is when people scratch up my floor. And this floor is a mess right now.
Nah, it's cool. It's the legendary floor, man.
It's got chunks out of it now. Richmond County, we need a new floor.
Ask
we
the
need a
sheriff
new. We
department.
need We're the only school in Richmond County without 2 gyms. Richmond County powers that be.
Would you want another gym, like a different gym, or just fix this one? Up?
Auxiliary gym.
Okay.
Other schools, if they choose to be in here past 6 o'clock, that's on them. We can't get out until 8:30, and the county rule is you can't practice past 8. You're supposed to be out by 8. Now I don't know if everybody does that, but if we have 4 teams and we get out of school later than other schools,
I do. Yeah,
we're a
yeah.
3:10, 3:15 school. Other schools are out at 2:30, so they can start practice earlier. We can't start. Got to get the buses gone. We start practice at 3:30. We got 4 teams to practice and supposed to be out by 8. We get 80, 90 minutes at most practice.
Yeah, that's insane.
So,
yeah, get David, get him some money, man. We gotta get this gym fixed, man. We gotta get him a different gym, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I love this gym.
I love it too.
I love it. And I think we had a meeting with Marcus Allen, the associate superintendent in charge of athletics, and of course they don't know. Those backboards won't raise. Our volleyball team can't have tournaments because of the tournament. You got to have 2 courts going, and those goals won't raise up, so it's not big enough to have 2 courts. And that's a disadvantage for a volleyball team. Basketball, we practice till 8:30, and we had to get special permission to be in here past 8 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely need that. Gotta fix it up. But yeah, this was dope, man. I appreciate this. This was a good interview. Dave, you got anything you want to say?
Oh, no, Coach, I already know. I appreciate him. Like I said, all the stuff he done did for me the last 7 years, well, longer than that, really, but it was like the class wouldn't be what it was if it wasn't for you, extending that olive branch and working together.
It's your vision. I'm just here to, and, I wish we could. I always try to raise money a little bit for the program, but I understand, for you to put on a show the way it should be, you have to spend money. So sometimes I feel bad for even asking, but
oh no. Hey, like you said, it's never a problem.
Yeah, because we need new backboards on the side. We got them old fan backboards.
Yeah, no, those was old. Yeah.
And you know what? When
look, it's black. The backboard is black. Yo, that's insane. Bro. Did it catch on fire or something?
It's stainless steel. It's dirty. You look at the glass backboards. I have to clean those. I clean those every year before the first game because it's nasty in here. It is nasty.
Man,
when they remodeled Langford Gym, right? And now they tore it down. They remodeled it and put glass backboards all the way around.
What you be thinking every time you hear school get a new gym or a new remodel? Like, what be going through your mind?
What the freak is going on? Have you seen Cross Creek's auxiliary gym?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
they're 20 years old and they got.
Hey, that thing look like a NBA practice gym.
It does, and here we
got
are.
The Razorback on the wall.
Cross Creek been around for as long as you've been coaching here, ain't it?
Huh?
The first year was 2002.
You've been coaching here longer than Cross Creek been around.
No, they opened my last year at Hepzibah.
Okay. It's about the same year. Yeah.
So, but I mean,
Yeah, y'all do something. Y'all do something now. You know, something.
they got a nice auxiliary gym, but they remodeled Langford, gave them glass backboards all the way around. And they were remodeling ours, I asked for glass backboards. Man told me, you better sell some cookies. And I'm like, dude.
That's funny.
And now they done tore it. They put all that money in Langford gym and then tore it down less than 10 years later.
That's Augusta for you, man. We waste money, man. You know, we don't spend it where we need to spend it at. You know that.
Yeah. But we're getting field turf on the practice field and game
Look, you
field.
about to go. Hey, man, Morning Masters podcast. We out. This is good.